يلا let's start. So for now we are going to do February March 2019. What's the question? We're going to talk. Miss, can you send me the recordings of the lessons before? Juju, I don't know which lessons do you want, but you can find it on my YouTube channel. Yani the ones who are recorded, not all of them they are recorded. If you're talking about the free sessions, you're going to find it on my YouTube channel. If any one of you they have the if anyone have the link for my YouTube channel, you can put it بقى. You're going to find the some recordings. It's not all. Some of them they are there. Okay? يعني many classes you're going to find. If you want بقى more or specific topic or something like this, you can just tell me. I can send it to you private. لأنه not all the classes طبعا are on the YouTube channel. لأنه اليوتيوب channel هم الفري classes. not all the classes are there. يعني mostly هتلاقيهم explanation classes the majority, not يعني few past papers, they are not all. لأنه mostly the past papers classes they are not on the YouTube. if you want بقى you can send me or I can send you anything that you want. Send the link. حاضر يا أمنة. At the end of the class I will send the link. حاضر. No one has the link of the YouTube. هو عموما ال channel is called Chemistry Lovers. How many hours will you take? Sorry for asking, but I have a class that's why it's 10. والله يا حلا I don't know what to do. This class was أصلا 8:30 Kuwait time. I made it 9:30 لأنه في students كتير they were sending me, Miss, we are in Egypt because of praying. That's why I made it 9:30. For me والله I can make it different, بس I don't يعني everyone has different timings. It's fine يا حلا. بصي كده كده إن شاء الله once the class is done you're going to find by tomorrow maximum أو after يعني إن شاء الله by tomorrow night مثلا you're going to find the class on YouTube on my YouTube channel. Thank you يا لامور. She sent the YouTube channel أهي. Thank you so much. You're going to find it on the YouTube channel. Don't worry. Okay. I will try to send. أكيد all of you are on chemistry lovers. I will try to send كمان the link of the YouTube يعني the link of this class on YouTube channel. Okay. This is a link of one of the videos. This is the link of one of them. But all يعني if you just join if you just subscribed on it, you are going to find automatic once the video is showing يعني it's downloaded, you will find it. Yes يا أروى, we want to start. Yes يا أروى, tell me.
اوكي، هو حضرتك بتحلي past papers على اليوتيوب channel عادي؟
You're talking about which one? Now you're going to find some of them, yes. بس not full paper. الحاجات اللي هتلاقيها على اليوتيوب classified. يعني هتلاقي مثلا يوم for certain topic, not full. لكن this one, this is a full paper. Today is the first class to do full paper. The others are not there. لأنه it was paid classes. It was يعني every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're not going to find these classes. But if you need that, you can text me. I can send it to you. But you'll not find it on YouTube. YouTube channel, you're going to find many topics. يمكن half the syllabus is there. Explanation. We are going to find a lot of past papers classes, بس parts يعني مش not whole exam. today's class it will be downloaded. يعني every Friday's class it will be on the YouTube. بس the day after يعني till it's going to be saved. Okay? يلا بينا. Let's start. It will help a lot يعني إن شاء الله. Don't worry. It will help you a lot. By time you will feel a difference إن شاء الله. يلا بينا. Let's start. So the first question, this is February, March 2019. Take care, February, March. It doesn't have except one variant. I tried to choose the exam. So the ones even who are joining Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, these are different exams. So you can get new ideas about. February, March doesn't have except variant, only one variant, but you're going to find دايما in February, March variant 2. It's only one variant. طيب يقول لي هنا name the process of breaking down any substance by electricity. طبعا all of us we know and this is electrolysis. Exactly يا حلا, good job. So I'm going to say and this is electrolysis. طيب this question is the same question that we can find on paper 4. He is going to tell you in the exam what's meant by electrolysis. So if I'm going to be asked what's meant by electrolysis but in paper 4, so what should I do? I'm going to say it is the breaking down of ionic compound. You need to say when molten or aqueous and then by using electricity. If this question was in paper 4, you need to say the whole definition. Type a Bunsen burner was used to heat the zinc chloride. So here he's saying how a Bunsen burner is going to be adjusted to give a very hot flame. يعني if I'm having برافو يا حلا. Good job. If I'm having this one يعني طبعا the zinc chloride we said for any ionic compound to be molten to conduct electricity it must be molten. طب how I'm going to melt the zinc chloride? You need the Bunsen burner. طيب I can show you I showed you before how the Bunsen burner look like. مش عارفة do you know or not. I can show it to you عشان برضو for the students who doesn't know. The students who don't know how does it look like, I can show it to you كده quickly on Google. How does it look like? Bunsen burner. There is a hole كده. Open. I will show it to you so you can imagine what does this mean. Bunsen burner. Check with me this part كده. Make hole open. Exactly يا عمرو. I know يا عمرو you raised your hand. Oh, this is the part I'm talking about. I need one that's clear. Everything is clear. You see here? So this what I mean. There is an area, this is air hole is opened. And you are going to find a hole كده. طبعا for sure this is called a Bunsen burner. This is not a spirit burner. This is a Bunsen burner. So you are going to find في area كده there is a hole. يعني something like an opening that allow all the air to enter. يعني this means plenty of air will enter here. Why? لأنه it's an open hole. فتحة كده. It's a big opening. That's why you're going to find too much from يعني too much heat. You're going to find a big flame. So by time I need to make it less. So what should I do? I'm going to close this air hole like this one. Air hole here closed. That's why
Yes.
shortage of air. That's why it's less. Yes, dear.
So this hole increases the amount of flame when more
Yes,
air
يعني if
enters
you
it.
want more flame, keep the air hole in open. Why? لأنه مش always all the time oxygen help in burning. Am I right?
يلا يا ابني اقعد اقعد يلا يا ابني نص الحصة.
يا جماعة بس just please يعني try as much as you can to keep muted once you join لأنه sometimes the parents they don't know إنه you are unmuted. So I don't want them to put them in an embarrassing situation. So please once you join just mute. Me myself sometimes I open I don't see إنه already I'm unmuted. Here they are talking at my home. Take care. يعني all the time بس try as much as you can to keep muted. Okay? يلا let's continue. Oh my God. والله يا جوجو this happens to me even. Honestly, yeah. So I was saying in oxygen help in burning. Since oxygen help in burning, يبقى this means in once you will allow the oxygen to enter, يبقى more يعني the flame is going to be more لأنه oxygen help in burning. You are allowing oxygen to enter. That's why it burns more. طب you want to make it less. يبقى you are going to close the air hole. That's why there is shortage of air. That's why it looks like this. I hope this is clear. Okay. طيب يبقى here how the Bunsen burner is going to be adjusted for a very hot flame. I'm going to say you're going to open the air hole. Okay, so write it with me, please. Open the air hole. Okay. Open the air hole so more air. طب if he said the opposite, open the air hole. طب if he doesn't want بقى the very hot flame. So what he will do, you are going to do less. Okay, يعني he will close بقى the air hole. طيب, let's continue. طيب, the next question. Suggest and explain what is going to be formed at the anode. طب if I'm going to go and check it at the anode, who can tell me what will be formed at the anode? How do I know? احنا دايما remember the word panic. Positive anode, negative is cathode. Do you remember? Positive anode, negative is cathode. طب I need who will form at the anode. طب الانود ده اهو positive anode. يعني الانود is the positive electrode. يبقى أكيد I'm expecting something negative to form. يبقى what do you think? Who will form? برافو.
Chlorine.
يا حلا. Good job. برافو يا لمار. exactly كلورين. طب can I say chloride؟ بصوا أدهم يا أدهم لسه بقول can I say chloride؟ لمار same mistake. بصي يا لولي، بصي يا أدهم I cannot say chloride, this is wrong لأنه chloride will go. That's true, I agree. يعني if this is the zinc positive 2 the zinc will move to the cathode. will chloride minus it will move to the anode. I agree. بس الchloride is not going to form. لا الchloride is going to lose the electrons and it will form bubbles here at the anode. يبقى when I ask you what is the substance formed, don't go and say chloride. This is a fatal mistake. لأن الchloride is going to إيه؟ مش هي عندها negative extra ف I need to lose these electrons. So it will form chlorine where electrons will be lost. And here it's going to give you what? It's going to give you chlorine. يبقى this means إن هما كانوا from the beginning they were two chloride electrons are lost. يبقى when I ask you electrons are when I ask you who is formed you will say chloride. يبقى who is
bubble.
formed at the end when it is Cl2 this is chlorine, this is not chloride. Okay فتake care جدا what's the difference between both. Okay طيب بس let's say how I'm going to say it بقى. بيقول لي suggest and explain the observation. When I ask about the observation, the question is 2 marks. Can I just go and write chlorine? Yes, يا جوجو. Can I just go and write chlorine?
Green gas.
Exactly. بس ما اقولش برضو green gas على طول. You need to say a
chlorine و
yes,
bubbles
bubbles
أو
of green
green
gas.
gas.
That's better. Correct. Jemma, please don't answer without asking for permission, please. So it's not going to be a mess. Thank you. So I'm going to say it's going to be bubbles of what? Bubbles of green gas. Why green gas؟ لأن احنا قلنا fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. So if I'm going to talk from up, the gas is going to be yellow, then it's going to be green, then reddish brown, and so on. Suggest and explain. يبقى I need to say bubbles of green gas. Then he's saying explain. احنا normally when he asks you for observation, we don't say the name. يعني when I told you before, if you remember, when I ask you for observation, don't say the name. But in this case, it's a 2-mark question. وكمان I ask you to explain. يبقى you need to say إنه chlorine gas is formed at the end. يبقى you need to say chlorine gas is formed, not only bubbles. طيب, suggest why iron electrodes cannot be used. Why I cannot use iron. برافو, good job. برافو الناس اللي كتبت في الشات. Excellent. Why؟ لأنه الايرون is ايه؟ can I say بصي يا حلا, effervescence correct, bubbles correct, fizzing correct. برافو يا عمور. تمام. Excellent. So تمام, الله ينور. Excellent. يبقى I'm going to say جماعة if you يعني the ones who are raising their hand you just want to answer, am I right? Okay. So I'm going to say because the iron is a the iron is reactive. Since iron is reactive يبقى I cannot use it. يبقى because I will say in iron is reactive. أمال what do I need? What do I need? I need substance that is inert. I need يعني sometimes he will ask you why should I use graphite أو carbon? Why? لأنه graphite is inert. يعني إيه inert؟ يعني unreactive. Once they got a question, what is the metal used for electrodes? In this case, I'm going to say platinum. Why? لأنه platinum is the only metal that is inert. يعني if he asks what's the substance in general used for electrodes, you will say graphite. لأنه all the graphite is inert وكمان good conductor of electricity. لكن if I ask you what's the metal, يبقى you need to say platinum. لأنه platinum is the only non-metal that is inert. Okay? يلا, let's continue. Yes, يا جوجو. Do you need any question? Okay. طيب, what difference could the chemist observe at the negative electrode if aqueous zinc chloride was used rather than molten? طيب, if I'm going to use aqueous, we said before إنه at the aqueous, برافو يا أروى. When I talk about aqueous, لا, this is different. لأنه aqueous, I'm not going to say يعني if it is zinc is positive 2 والchloride is minus. For the zinc, المفروض الزنك هو اللي will formed at the cathode. يعني at the negative electrode. بس this is in case إنه it's molten. لكن in case it's aqueous يبقى I'm not going to say isn't graphite considered an element because it's only carbon. صح يا لمار. واجان platinum برضو it's an element it's made of one element. It's made of one element only اللي هو platinum itself. بس يا لمار I don't use graphite because it's an element. I use graphite because graphite is inert و good conductor of electricity mainly because it's inert. You got the point? This is the reason يعني مش عشان هي element. Okay? Yes يا جنى. جنى خالد. Yes يا جوجو. جنى, all the time you're raising your hand and then you don't reply. Can you put your hand down or ask if you have a question? طيب. So I have zinc positive 2. I have chloride. So I'm going to say, if I'm going to ask about the zinc, لا, not if it is aqueous بقى. Miss hydrogen should form, right? Yes, correct يا أمنة, bro. That's true. يبقى I'm going to say إنه the zinc is not going to form at the cathode. أمال who will form? Hydrogen. يبقى I need to say إن hydrogen will form. طب why did I say hydrogen? لأنه I'm going to check all the elements that, miss, if it doesn't mention concentrated. Yes, correct يا حلا. So I'm going to say it's hydrogen. Why hydrogen? لأنه we said if I'm talking about the aqueous one, if you're going to find the metal, any metal above hydrogen, يعني كان كمجال في PB. We said إنه any metal وcopper وsilver. We said any metal above hydrogen يبقى هو will form. Hydrogen itself will form. طب و any metal below hydrogen لا, the metal itself will form. يعني if it is copper يبقى copper itself will form. If it is silver يبقى silver itself. لكن if it is any of these metal I will say hydrogen. طبعا ده in case إنه it is aqueous. Okay, فطبعا هنا he's asking about what's your observation again. يبقى I cannot go and say hydrogen alone. This is not an observation. I need to say bubbles أو fizzing of colorless gas. Then you say what's the explanation? Because hydrogen is formed. Exactly يا فروح. بالظبط. Correct. لا يا جوجو جانا you can rejoin بقى. لا I can't hear you. طيب again بيقول هنا when electricity is used to break down concentrated aqueous zinc chloride, chlorine is produced on the positive electrode. How can I test for chlorine? Take care. I have two tests. في test في حاجة اسمها how to test for chlorine و how to test for chloride. I don't want you to get confused. برافو عمرو أدهم, الله ينور. Good job. برافو يا أمور. أنا دلوقتي if I ask you about how to test for chlorine, you're going to say damp red litmus paper أو damp blue litmus paper. لأنه whatever the litmus paper, whatever the color of the litmus paper, it's going to change into what? It's going to bleach. يعني it will be white. Same like if you are wearing t-shirt. Well, t-shirt دي it's a white t-shirt and anything fall on it. ما احنا we wash it with chlorine. اللي هو الكلوراكس وكده. يبقى it's going to change into what? Into white. Same like the litmus paper. يبقى I will say by red litmus paper أو by damp red litmus paper it will bleach. Red أو blue it will bleach. طب if I ask you if the test was not chlorine, if the test was chloride. لا, this is different. Chloride يبقى هناخد التست for ions اللي هو by adding silver nitrate, acidified silver nitrate. It's going to give me a white precipitate. يبقى this test how to test for chloride. لكن this test how to test for chlorine. لأنه sometimes the students they are getting confused between both. But please take care. Yes, bravo, good job. Excellent, excellent. طيب next بيقول لي I need safety precautions. I need safety precautions that should be taken when you use zinc chloride. طبعا for sure I can do I can wear gloves أو I can wear goggles. Why wearing gloves أو goggles? لأنه in general we said before إنه when I use any halogen اللي هو group 7, كل group 7 they are toxic, they are poisonous. But that's why we usually use gloves أو goggles. طيب let's take this part بقى لأنه this part شوية little bit confusing. I want you to do it with me. برافو يا مارو. Good job. طيب I'm saying وطبعا please when you have such these ideas أو these questions don't go فروحة كده و jump and read from the middle of the question. لا, read from the beginning. You need to. Okay? طيب جانا والله you raise your hand وبرضو I can't hear you. You can rejoin or type the question. I'm so sorry for that. A student investigated here the reaction between substance A and substance B. Okay? Of aqueous potassium manganate with solution C. طيب, what will happen next? Here he said in a burette is going to be filled by solution A. Okay? Then the initial burette, initial burette reading, طبعا this is titration, is going to be recorded. Then I'm going to get a measuring cylinder and I will pour in the measuring cylinder 25 centimeter cube of solution C into a flask. Solution A is added to the flask and it will turn pink. Well, first burette reading was recorded. Then I'm going to add the content of the conical flask for experiment, for test tube of experiment 3, with the rest of the content is going to be poured away. طيب, I need to read these. بيقول لي الفاينل burette reading و take care جدا إنه which one is the initial, which one is the final. All the time he do this trick. He starts here by the initial, but he start asking by the final. So you just take this number and put it here. So it's wrong. Take care always in Cambridge and Edexcel, they do the same trick. If I started here by initial, go and check where is the initial. Don't go quickly and write. So the final burette here, he start by the final, but I'm going to read this. So what's going to be the final burette? Let's start by the final one first. The final is this one. So this is when you read it, don't go and say 17.9. Some students, they do it like this. This is wrong. It's not 17.9. لأنه I read it as the ruler, as I'm reading a ruler. So how يا لمار I will read it? This is 16 after 16 by 1 point. So I'm going to say 16.1. You know, it's after 16 by 1 dash. So it is 16.1. طب here, I'm having the 1 and then after the 1 by 1 dot only, يبقى 1.1. And then you need to check the difference. يبقى it's going to be what? It's going to be 15. يبقى now the difference for the first experiment, for experiment 1 is 15. This is the difference in experiment 1. Question 1, ما احنا in question 1 وهي حالة. You're talking about question 1 at the beginning? ولا question F? Or you're asking about question F? Question F, wear gloves or wear goggles. لأنه group 7 are toxic. بس I'm checking the question. Why did you read the shaded area? Omal, what do you want me to read, يا أمنة? I'm reading how much did you put inside the burette. For sure you're going to use the shaded area لأن this is the liquid that you put في البيورات. How did you get the volume? Like this. Same like the volume. يا جماعة, this is a burette. Do you know the burette? The burette is like this. The burette, it starts by, يعني it ends by 50. It starts up by 0. But that's why when you put here like this, مثلا the burette, this is the burette. So when I say here 20, I read it like this. I read from up to down, not from down to up. But that's why you read it like the ruler. يعني if it is 1, this is after the 1 by 1 dot, يبقى 1.1. You got the point? I hope you got it. Miss, for the volume, I have to write 15.0 or just write 15. It's better to write 15.0 يا فروح. It's better. I told you this before. All the time, write دايما 15.0. حتى even if the answer was 0, write 0.0. This is how the mark scheme will write it all the time. طيب, يبقى the first answer was 15. طيب, next, let's start. يبقى خلينا نكتب بقى ان experiment 1 كده aside. يبقى experiment 1 was 15. طيب, let's check experiment 2. What will happen بقى في experiment 2? Oh, I can write it here. A minute. I can write it here. So يبقى here it was 15. So I will be saving it here. احنا قلنا الفاينل is 16.1 وهير 1.1. ماشي. طيب second experiment بقى. The final burette. How should I get the final burette? Again بقى بصي يا أمنة, I'm going to do the same. Check, this is the final or this is the final. So what should I do? I'm going to get the final is here. So it is 31 and then 31 point, يعني it's the last dash before 32. So I'm going to write it a 31.9. طيب, what about here? This is the initial. يبقى I need to check in this is the initial. This is 1 point before the 2 by 1 dot. يبقى 1.9. Okay, and then the volume used, you will just subtract both. وطبعا don't get it بالنيجاتيف لأنه sometimes بلاقي ناس students they write the volume with the negative. This is wrong. You just make the bigger minus the smaller. Okay, you take the bigger minus the smaller هتطلع 30.0. أهو يا فروح برضو you wrote the 0. Okay, bravo. The ones who wrote in the chat, excellent. طيب, let's continue. بيقول لي which solution of potassium manganate A ولا B is more concentrated? Which one is going to be more starting here بقى, these are good ideas, tricky ideas. I want you to focus. As I told you, every Friday I will choose good idea. يعني next time مثلا we can do الحاجات اللي فيها التايم اللي هي الستوب واتش برضو بتكون tricky. يعني all the time I'm going to get يعني more ideas, more tricks. طيب, you said in the chat you wrote A. طيب, which one is going to be which solution is going to be more concentrated? Experiment 1, we find in experiment 1, this was solution mean. Experiment 1 can solution A. The volume that was used is 15. Type for experiment 2, the volume that was used is 30. But this means which one was more concentrated? أكيد solution A. Why? I told you before, if I'm having a burette, okay, what I used, focus بقى with me. Well, this was the flask. If I have only, I used from up only 15 centimeter cube. يعني I didn't use too much. يبقى this means إن أكيد this was concentrated. لكن if I used from the burette from up 30 centimeter cube, يبقى أكيد it was diluted, كان خفيف. That's why I used a lot. عارفين exactly بالظبط same like when I use الفيمتو. عارفين I always give the example of the vimto to the students. When I do vimto, يعني when I want to do vimto مثلا بعمل ايه? I'm going to put, if this is the bottle of the vimto, باخد very small amount from the vimto and then I dilute it by water. طب why I put small amount from the vimto? لأنه it's so concentrated. I don't need to put too much. since إن أنا في first experiment في experiment A I used only 15, يبقى this means أكيد إنها كانت مركزة. It was so concentrated. That's why I used small volume only. لكن this one can 30, but this means it was diluted. Take care, he wants you to explain. It's a 2-mark question يا فروح. I'm going to say solution A. Take care, I'm going to say solution A. Okay? I need to say إنه it's a smaller volume. I need to say smaller volume. I need only smaller volume. I didn't use 30. I used only 15. That's why this means it's so concentrated. Okay. أهو يا أمنة. You are asking about the burette. The burette is here. It's written here in the solution A or B بس يا أمنة. Only. طيب, next. How many times more concentrated the solution? طب one of them can 15 و the other one can 30. يعني this means إن ال 30 can double ال 15. I will say, هو بيقول لي مين فيهم؟ يعني ده كان قد إيه من ده؟ واحدة 30 والتانية 15. يعني 2 times يعني twice. What my point? يعني 2 times concentrated as solution A. Exactly, it's 2 times. يعني double. This solution is double the other one. Yes, double the value, correct. Type, predict, excuse me, please. Can you please keep muted? Yeah, I'm not. Thank you, dear. طيب بيقول لي predict the volume of solution B that would be used if experiment 2 was repeated بس by using 50 centimeter cube. يعني if I'm going to use 50 centimeter cube يبقى what should I say؟ طيب تعالوا نرجع لإكسبيرمنت 2. أنا إكسبيرمنت 2 I used 30. يعني the volume used كان 30 centimeter cube. 30 centimeter cube وأنا from the beginning I put only كام؟ 1 minute. I put only 25 centimeter. يعني when I used في الفلاسك when I used down بصوا when I used down في الفلاسك here 25 centimeter cube I used at the A up 30. I took from up 30 centimeter cube. طب he is telling you إن أنا بقى now I'm not going to take 25. لا ده أنا I need instead of the 25 I need what? I need 50. يبقى how much do I need from up? Instead of 30 I will take what? Exactly يا أروى. يبقى I'm going to take double the amount. How and only Buret carry? Yes يا حلا. ما هي البيورات takes only 50. That's true. But you can do it 2 times. So you can do it and refill it again. So I'm going to say instead of 30 بقى لأنه هنا I doubled the amount. It was only 25 down في الفلاسك. But I will double it. يعني he is asking you if you need 50 يبقى I will need how much from up. Instead of 30 it's going to be a 60 يعني double the amount. So in the question in the question عايز 2 marks. So I'm going to say double the volume of C. Double the volume. Double the volume used. يعني ايه double the volume used؟ يعني 2 times the volume. يعني 2 times 30 so it's equal to 60 centimeter cube. طيب he's saying here give one advantage one disadvantage للmeasuring cylinder. طبعا all of you know إنه measuring cylinder is really quick, is really easy to use. Sometimes you can write quick or sometimes you can write easy to use. Exactly يا رو برافو. طيب أمال what's the disadvantage؟ إن هو طبعا it's not accurate like what? Measuring cylinder is not accurate like the burette. لا هو بس it's easy to use لكن it's not accurate like the burette. Okay. I think I skipped one. Oh, I forgot this one. I didn't see this one. He's saying suggest a problem of using 50 centimeter cube. As we said, what's the problem? And then I said I will use for question that I will use 60. المفروض الانسر ده here. I will use 60 centimeter cube. طب since I will use 60 centimeter cube, what's the problem? What's the problem that will happen? The problem the problem in the burette doesn't take except till 50 centimeter cube only.
بس
Okay. So, yes, dear.
بس I just wanted to ask a question. I'm Jenna, but I fixed that.
Right.
I'm just asking, you said when they asked for the metal, we said platinum.
Excuse me, when you ask for the?
Metal, we say platinum, not graphite.
Yes, yes.
So because platinum is the metal,
Because platinum is a metal, yes.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can you just estimate the answer for this question because I just joined the game?
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
ينفع حضرتك بس تكتبي الانسر بتاعت الكويشن ده عشان بس انا لسه داخله دلوقتي يعني
This
عشان
one?
طلعت ودخلت في
This one?
كويشن yes.
It's fine, I will write. So I'm going to say, and the problem is, I need to use, in the volume بتاع potassium manganate added is more than 50 centimeter cube. I said I will need 60 centimeter cube. أصلا البيورات cannot take except كام هي أصلا بتبقى filled ب 50. طب how I'm going to use 60 centimeter cube. I will say in the potassium manganate added is more than 50 centimeter cube. فsince إن هو it's more than 50, this is a problem, more than 50 centimeter cube. يبقى أنا I have 2 solutions only to solve this problem. إيه هما؟ You can refill the burette لأنه بيقول لي how you will solve this problem. فنمبر 1 you can refill the burette. This is an option. This question was repeated more than once. يبقى I can refill يا فروحة the burette. This is an option. طيب or the other option use more than one burette. أو use a more than one burette. Use more than one burette. يعني normally you should use one. لا أنا I will use two. Exactly, that's true. برافو يا مار. برافو يا أرو.
بس معلش هو
Can I
حضرتك
use
قلتي
measuring
في
cylinder؟ بصي يا حلا no we don't say measuring cylinder لأنه we want احنا بنقول إن measuring cylinder is not accurate. that's why وهو بيقول لي already إن احنا we are using burette now so I cannot change the tool except if he asks you to change the tool. لكن now he didn't say to change the tool. No. Yes يا حلا. Yes يا جوجو قصدي. ها tell me.
بس معلش هو في question VI it's going to be 60 centimeter cube.
Yes طب أنا I wrote 60 centimeter cube.
But I do not understand this question.
Again, I said because from the beginning, here I at the beginning, at the first part, when the amount down was 25 centimeter cube, I used how much from up from the burette? I used 30 centimeter cube. So he will double the amount down in the flask. Instead of 25, he will make it 50. Yep, you will need how much from up?
The double. Okay, thank you.
That's true. You got it now?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. طيب experiment 3 بقى بيقول لي what are the conclusion drawn for solution 3 solution C of experiment 3. What are the conclusion? Here he's saying he will add sodium hydroxide. Green precipitate is going to be formed. وانا الاول I'm here ولا I skipped anything? I want to check. I skipped? No, صح؟ طيب how it can be drawn? يعني what's the observation? He's saying I'm going to put sodium hydroxide, green precipitate will form, and then I'm going to add again sodium hydroxide to the reaction, reddish brown precipitate. But this means what? Who is the green precipitate and then it will change to reddish brown. يبقى أكيد for sure this is iron. We took this في oxides of iron. تمام يا حلا. We took this في oxides of the قصدي في ions if you remember. We always say إنه iron positive 2 الcolor دايما green. This is the iron positive 2. Okay, well, iron positive 3, usually the color is reddish brown. So he will say what? He will say in the solution, it contains what? Iron positive 2, and then it's going to a question on 3 marks. But this means the solution was having iron positive 2, and then it was oxidized into iron positive 3. Okay, Lamar, bravo. But if you said only in the solution contain iron positive 2, you will take 1 mark. Then a question عليه 2. He wants what's your observation? هو already solution can be iron positive 2 and then it's going to be oxidized into iron positive 3 to take the 2 marks لأنه both are there. طيب let's take question 3. Okay يا روحي. Why it's not chlorine? What do you mean by why it's not chlorine? عشان here he's talking about what? Here he's talking about the precipitate. احنا when we took the green precipitate or reddish brown precipitate, this is iron positive 2, iron positive 3. He didn't mention anything about the chloride. لا غلط, wrong. Take care. I'm saying when you add sodium hydroxide, الكلورين alone الcolor بتاعه green. لكن هنا he's saying when you add sodium hydroxide, it's going to give you green or reddish brown. This is not chlorine. This is the only ions that are going to give green or reddish brown هما with iron with sodium hydroxide. طيب let's continue this one. طبعا these questions are tricky for the ones who doesn't know how to do these. What I did يعني if you check my YouTube channel you will find more than one class I'm doing these questions, these types of questions. So you can recheck on the YouTube, you will find it. You will find more than one class we were doing this. طيب here he was saying إنه I have substance D و I have substance E. the solution was dilute sulfuric acid. فhere he is asking what's the pH. طبعا الsulfuric acid is a strong acid, يعني this means ان pH is going to be from 1 almost to 3 لأنه it's a weak acid. Sorry, it's a strong acid. And we said before, if I'm having the pH, if it is 0 and then it is 7 and then to 14, from 0 to 7 this is acidic. يعني from 0 to 6 لأنه 7 neutral. after the 8 لحد ال 14 this is a basic أو alkali. طيب from 0 to 3 اللي هي this area أو from 1 to 3 الاريا دي from 1 to 3 بلاش from 0 from 1 to 3 this is going to be the strongest acids لأنه كل ما يكون الأسيد as long as the acid away from the 7 يعني away from the neutral this means it's a stronger one. And when the pH is near the 7 this means it's a weak one. فأكيد it's from 1 to 8 to 3. طيب let's continue. Here he's saying a strip of magnesium is added to the solution. What is the gas produced? طيب I have this solution is sulfuric acid يعني H2SO4. طب if I add a metal to it, when you add any metal to sulfuric acid, what will happen? If you're going to check, you are going to, we said before, any acid مع metal, it's going to give you salt and hydrogen. Any acid مع alkali يديني salt water. Correct? So when I ask you, it's going to form what? You're going to say it will form any acid مع any acid with the metal, it's going to give you salt or hydrogen. طب since no hydrogen will be formed, يبقى I'm going to say bubbles. يبقى I'm going to say bubbles أو effervescence أو fizzing. This question is 3 marks. It's 3 marks لأنه بيقول لي the gas produced was tested. Usually he will not give you 3 marks for the question except if he said this sentence. إن الgas was tested. Take care جدا. Many students they didn't see this part. Okay, for once it is he said that the gas is tested. طيب هو مين الجاز؟ المفروض يديني salt وهيدروجين. طب أنا I need to make sure إنه it's hydrogen. يبقى I'll put lighted splint is going to make squeaky pop sound. But miss it said it's diluted. Yes, whatever هو diluted أو concentrated again it's going to give you salt and hydrogen. Any acid مع metal will give salt and hydrogen. طيب if I put nitric acid, we said before إنه if I have nitric acid with silver nitrate, the easiest question for IG. If there is chloride, it's going to give you what? White precipitate. If it is bromide, it's going to give you cream precipitate. If it is going to be yellow, this is a iodide precipitate. But he said I will put nitric acid with silver nitrate. For sure it's going to be a type. أنا هنا I need to go and recheck. This one I have sulfuric acid. يعني there was no chloride, no bromide, no iodide. I'm going to say a no change or no reaction. Why? I told you before يا فروح, sometimes he will ask the question by the negative. يعني he wants the negative observation, the opposite observation. يعني since it didn't do any change, يبقى it's negative, nothing, no change. Bubbles of hydrogen, can I write effervescence? Yes, you can write effervescence. I said before, يا معتز, إنه effervescence same like bubbles, same like fizzing. 3 same. يبقى I'm going to say no change. Why no change? If he asks, sometimes he will ask you, explain why. But I will say because there is no chloride, no bromide, no iodide. Since no halide, خلاص يبقى it will not react. What is the answer for C? C, no reaction. يرى وحلا, it's no reaction. I said it. أنا بس I wrote here. لكن هنا هو answer is here. I just wrote down يعني. It's no change as we said. طيب, let's take this one بقى. I was writing here بس because there was no space. يعني I wrote here because there is no space. لكن أنا لسه still I didn't do دي. طيب I need barium. Miss in B, did you mention 3 observations? No. He want observation we said bubbles. He said the gas was tested. You're going to say lighted splint لأنه I know إنه it's hydrogen. فهي asking you how to test for it. I will say lighted splint. It will relight. Okay. طيب next. هنا بقى barium nitrate. I told you الباريوم ايه بالظبط يا عمور؟ برافو، الباريوم بيحب السلفيت. So once I will ask you الباريوم in love كده، بصوا in love with the sulfate. يعني once الباريوم it will find the sulfate it will form white precipitate على طول. طب let's go. مش كان في هنا sulfuric acid فيه سلفيت؟ يبقى اوتوماتيك ما دام في باريوم يبقى it will form ايه؟ white precipitate. يبقى once I will put the something with barium I had sulfate, it will give you barium sulfate. طب he is asking what's the observation? I will say white precipitate. تمام يا تلا. طيب the next one. Here he's saying I have a substance. التست بتاعها it give you a white solid. And then you're going to heat gently. What will happen when you heat gently? And then strongly. It gives you white with pH كانت تانية. And then I put hydrochloric acid. It gives me rapid effervescence, and the lime water will change to milky. I will put sodium hydroxide, white precipitate, which is insoluble in excess would be formed. Identify the gas. So how should I do the gas? If I have any acid and I put it on the substance, on any substance, I found that the lime water will turn milky, يبقى for sure في carbon dioxide was formed. For sure. يبقى أكيد for sure carbon dioxide was formed. That's why the lime water will be changed. Okay, exactly. برافو يا عمور، برافو يا تالا. Good job. So I'm going to say carbon dioxide. How can you draw about solid E? يبقى I need to go back to check what is solid E. طيب. First of all, since it's going to give you it is going any acid with any substance that give carbon dioxide at the end, يبقى for sure it was something carbonate. أكيد it was something carbonate. Sodium carbonate بقى potassium carbonate, ammonium carbonate, whatever. يبقى for sure it was carbonate. That's why it give you at the end carbon dioxide. But what was the metal carbonate? He told you at the end he will put sodium hydroxide. And then it will give you white with insoluble in excess. The only one that will give you white and insoluble for excess is calcium. That's why I will say here إنه substance is calcium carbonate. لأنه the other two substances that will give you white كانوا aluminium وزنك. وboth الألمنيوم والزنك they were soluble in excess. And when I put excess, they will be soluble. But that's why, since he said, no, it's formed of what? I will say calcium carbonate. Okay, so it is calcium carbonate. I hope this is clear. Yes, correct. Right. This one back. Here he is saying the rate of the reaction between magnesium dilute hydrochloric acid can be followed by measuring the volume of the hydrogen gas. I want to do an experiment to show that the effect of decreasing the temperature on the rate of the reaction by measuring the volume of the hydrogen. Okay, طيب what do I have? I have magnesium ribbon, I have HCl, I will see, but how should I do this? I'm going, do you remember the drawing اللي هي when I put yes يا عمور, when I put the flask, do you remember when I put the flask and then in the flask I will put here gas syringe. طبعا this is closed. Yes يا عمور, tell me. This is So I'm going to put here the magnesium. Once you're going to get, أول حاجة خالص, you need to get any amount of magnesium ولا it must be certain amount. I told you before في reactions بتاعت ال rate of reaction it must be weight amount, يعني it must be specific amount. So I need to say, مثلا let's say get 5 grams of magnesium أو 10 grams of magnesium أو a weight amount of magnesium. Since the 3 of them are correct, يعني you can say specific volume of magnesium أو you can say the amount itself اللي هو 5 gram مثلا. But don't go and say add magnesium. This is wrong. You need to say specific volume. طيب then هنا let's say مثلا I add 5 gram of magnesium أو non gram of magnesium أو non volume, non قصدي non mass of magnesium. Then I'm going to add to it, I'm going to add a known volume of HCl. Let's say 25 centimeter cube of HCl. Then you need to put a gas syringe. Why? لأنه الgas syringe is going ودي عليها 1 mark لوحدها. You need to put a gas syringe to measure the volume of the gas form. Then you need to have a stop clock. You need to use a stop clock. This is again another 1 mark. أي question rate of reaction, you need to say syringe will stop clock, 2 marks. And then you're going to measure, we need to say what are you going to measure. This is for all rate of reaction questions. اللي هي في question اللي هو بيبقى question 4 ده. night of the exam إن شاء الله last year at the night of the exam, do you know what did I do? I added all the question 4 together in one exam, in one sheet. I put them all in one sheet and with the mark scheme, and I sent it to the students. It was really helpful. You know, it was having all the ideas. Last year, alhamdulillah, it was really helpful. I did the same to paper 2. I added all the important questions in one sheet. By the way, I made a Google Drive. If you are not, and you will find it on my Instagram. Yesterday, I put it. This Google Drive, it has all the exams, all for Cambridge, for Edexcel, for OAS, all the exams with their mark schemes. So it will help you. And if you don't want to go and get it from Dynamic or from whatever, you will find it. It's already on my Instagram, يا زيزو. طيب, yes, يا جوجو.
Miss, I'm just asking a question. Can you send us all the Friday sessions that was recorded, the last ones?
I told you, wallahi, all the for the Friday session, you will find them on the YouTube channel.
I got يعني أنا بروح على اليوتيوب بس ما بلاقيش حاجة.
No, يا
بلاقيش
روحي. لا عشان
آخر
لامار حبيبة قلبي, wait بس 1 minute. Lamar, she sent here the link for one of the videos. Check the channel itself. You will find it's named Chemistry Lovers, and I think you're going to find it.
I found it and I subscribed to it, but I just found the last 2 revisions, the revision videos. That's it.
No. You will find before كمان في more classes. You will find more. You will find more, not only 2.
If you can just send me the recording on WhatsApp, I will send you a message and you can send it. It's more better because
How wait. The Friday sessions we started from August. Can you imagine how many Fridays did we have? How you want me to send you? يعني these are more than 30 classes, I think. It's not
ممكن من أول انا يعني انا ما بداتش احضر من اول لما حضرتك خليتيها 7:30 وانا ما كنتش عارفه احضر، فبس من اول الحته
هو
دي.
أنا even 7:30 دي I don't know which day. This is very hard يعني حرام عليك. This is a very hard task. يعني you want me to go months back to check the recordings وبعدين أنا كمان I didn't save them on my Zoom already all of them على YouTube. All of them. that's why يعني all the classes that we did starting من يمكن 2 أو 3 months ago all of them they are on YouTube. ما فيش ولا class يعني في اللي هم ال Friday classes there is no class not في ال Friday classes it's not on YouTube. You will find them all. خلاص يا حلا it's the last question. وأروى حطيت لك اللينك اهو.
اوكي، شكرا لحضرتك.
العفو يا روحي. وأنا والله
Thank you.
موضوع التايمينجز ده أنا مش عارفة بصراحة. أنا
لا،
already I sleep early لأن I wake up early بيبقى عندي tuitions from 8 o'clock. that's why
8.
mostly it's going to be the same timing يعني اللي هو same like today. I think 9:30 for you is better than 8:30. Great time يعني.
8:30 is great I think. يعني 8:30 Egypt time حلو.
ما هو يعني 9:30 great time. What is the channel name يا مس نور؟ it's called
Chemistry.
Chemistry Lovers. جماعة I will open it for you. I will finish this question و I will open it for you here. خلاص؟ عشان بس عشان to finish this. طيب then as I said I'm going to get the gas syringe you need to say what are you measuring. I will say measure the volume of hydrogen gas here. I will say measuring the volume of the hydrogen gas in the gas syringe. Measure the volume of hydrogen per unit time. Don't say just measuring the volume of hydrogen. لا, you need to say دايما measure the volume of hydrogen per unit time. And then I'm going to repeat the same experiment but by using a different temperatures. لأنه here he said I will decrease the temperature. So you need to say at the end, repeat the experiment by different temperature and then say your conclusion. What's your conclusion? I will say by decreasing the temperature, the bubbles, it's going to be the same bubbles, but it will take more time to be formed. You got my point? This is going to be your conclusion. Okay? That's all for this paper. I think it's a good paper. It has good ideas. I hope it helped. I will open for you since you're asking about the YouTube channel, and I'm going to open it for you. 1 minute. For the ones who are asking about هي chemistry lovers لأنه it's the same name like my groups, WhatsApp groups, all my WhatsApp group اسمها chemistry lovers, so that's why. وأكيد all of you are on chemistry lovers, صح؟ chemistry. I don't open it honestly يعني. And I will search for it برضه. Chemistry. I will show you now. It's not that hard. Where is it بقى؟
بس حضرتك عديتيها
It's
تقريبا.
not there.
حضرتك عديتيها.
Are you sure? والله أنا لا بس I know it's not it's not. I didn't see.
أول واحدة في دول.
أيوة طب
أيوة.
والله I didn't see it.
أيوة هي.
I'm sorry. This one. And you will
عادي.
find بصي أهو. You will find all these videos. That's why revision 2 دول the last two.
أيوة دول آخر حاجة، بس قبليها ما فيش حاجة نزلت.
لا يا روحي ازاي ما فيش حاجة نزلت بس ما هو انت
قديم.
عندك كلاسز كتير عاي كل الكلاسز دي ما فيش حاجة نزلت ما هو فين where are the rest بسم الله اهو.
يعني في حاجات أنا حضرتها بس ما لقيتهاش تاني.
لا impossible ما فيش class من previous classes it's not there all of them they are there all the classes that we did in the previous sessions all of them they are here all يعني طبعا this is not يعني احنا already الكلاسز بتاعت chemistry lovers دي we're doing it for 4 or 5 years ago ف they are not all يعني اليوتيوب channel دي it's a new one دي بقى لها يمكن 5 months ولا 4 months حاجة كده مش فاكرة ف you're going to find كل الكلاسز اللي هي في ال previous days دي all they are here not all my tuitions طبعا بس اللي هي ال Friday classes you will find it here 100% بس just search for it you will find it. Does it cover all the chapters? No يا تالا. No, it doesn't cover all the chapters. But most of them. If anyone needs anything, يعني many students, they are not taking any tuitions. They ask me, والله, I send them whatever they want. Miss, it is easy but yesterday I solved one, it was so hard. خلاص يا حلا, send it to me and we can do it next class. ما أنا مش I don't want to start by hard يعني, بس ممكن كمان we will do October November the newest one برضو they are tricky. في حاجات اللي فيها الستوب واتش برضو somehow they are tricky. لا, في ideas tricky طبعا, ما احنا every class I'm going to give ideas, different ideas يعني, I'm not going to repeat the ideas. Thank you so much, really appreciate your effort. Miss, you are not subscribed of your channel. والله أصلا I don't open it. حاضر, I will subscribe. اهو مين اللي قال لي يعني I'm not subscribed؟ شايفين تحرجوني. How do I do it؟ لا, طب ما أنا subscribed اهو. I don't, so why should I open it يعني؟ احنا بس we download and that's it. لكن أنا I don't يعني I don't watch the movies the movies I don't watch الchannel. تحرجوني كده يعني. this is not a YouTube that I open now. This is my YouTube that I always use, مش للchemistry lovers. طيب, I hope this class helped somehow. وإن شاء الله we're going to do more classes every week.
بس معلش
I will try كمان to make more classes يعني, I will try to have more classes, not only one. As I said, anyone want to join more classes, احنا we're doing almost every day يعني, there is no day يعني أنا بعمل classes past papers Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday من A to
بس
Z. Miss, you didn't solve the last. لا يا روحي, I solved the last question. I did it أهو. I did the last one. Which one؟ أهو, it was the last. I solved it والله يا أرو. You will find it on YouTube برضو. When I put it on YouTube, you will find it again يا أرو. How I will not solve it? It helped me personally. That's what time do you usually start the session? بصي يا تلا, أنا usually before Ramadan I used to start 7:30 Kuwait time. بس طبعا in Ramadan my past طبعا في before إفطار و after إفطار usually it's 8:30. as I said, I'm going to do more برضو past papers as much as I can بإذن الله يعني. وفور Edexcel برضو there are different classes بقى for Edexcel.
بس
Yes.
بس معلش ينفع حضرتك تقول لنا مثلا ازاي اللي هو نقدر نذاكر عشان الامتحانات قربت وكده؟
طب انتي are you on my YouTube my بتاع ده على الانستجرام page؟ انا لسه عامله فيديو what is the best timings, did you see it؟
لا هعمل فولو برضو.
لا, هتلاقي, بصي انا لسه last week 3-4 days حطيت فيديو
تمام.
how to study او what's the best timing to study in Ramadan. today I made a new video على لكل التايمينجز, ازاي ممكن نظبط التايمينجز بتاعتنا في رمضان. فانا I'm going to upload it يمكن by tomorrow ولا حاجة, so anyone can help. والله بفكر يعني I will tell you something I didn't listen say to anyone, بس I'm thinking كمان to ولا بلاش بقى, خليها سربرايز, بلاش اقول دي عشان انا لو قلتها هلاقي ناس كتير خلاص. انا when I do it you will know from the page. بس بصي هقول لك, انتي جانا برضو صح؟ لا I will say it يا تلا, بس you will find it on the Instagram page بقى. You're most welcome يا خالد. You don't have Instagram والله. هتلاقيه برضو على جروب اكيد. You are on chemistry lovers, you will find it on chemistry lovers. طيب بصوا, I will tell you something. Ramadan timings, we have 3 different timings. If you're going to ask me honestly what's the best time for me يعني, I'm going to tell you after Fajr. This time you can't imagine. Me myself, والله العظيم, it was one of the main reasons that changed my life. Because I يعني before I never studied at this time. Never. Okay, my sister used to study at this time, all the time I was laughing يعني ايه ده اللي هو يعني how, why especially this time وكده. I used to study بقى late at night والكلام ده كل ده هجس. Don't do it. اوكي يا فروح, no problem. If you want my فعلا يعني sisters advice, مش هقولك teachers advice, والله العظيم سحر يعني magic. try as much as you can يعني سحور, خلصنا سحور, صلي الفجر and then start studying الوقت اللي بعد الفجر. 3-4 hours you will find انه you will do everything. What's your IG account? My IG account you're talking about my Instagram يعني؟ أنا مش عارفة إيه الأي جي، هو أي جي يعني انستجرام؟ أوكي طيب alright حاضر. معلش يا جماعة أنا ما يا خلود ما تقولي انستجرام يا خلود، يعني لازم الابريفيشن دي. حاضر I will write it. Miss Nour El Hoda. You will find it like this. صعبوها عليا قوي يا جماعة والله. Miss Nour El Hoda. Here is it. you will find my photo. فلازم slang exactly والله يا ادم I don't know why. Can you add me to the WhatsApp group؟ طلباتكم كتير قوي النهارده مش لاحقة. طيب حاضر how I will add you to the WhatsApp group. I need to send the link here يعني. طيب بصي I will tell you something. بصي this is my number عشان
I will
لا
will send
you will send the link of WhatsApp group.
I will copy it and I will send.
والله يعني ربنا مش عارفة أقول لك إيه والله يا جوش. Thank you so much. خلاص
You're
send.
welcome.
So usually I'm going to put the timings if you يعني على الانستجرام والواتساب جروب chemistry lovers. فأنا بقول لكم بجد يعني start. أنا دايما أكتر حاجات up till now by the way يعني up till now if I want to do مثلا أنا عندي mocks كتير checking و I don't have time و I'm feeling bored و tired، عارفين بعمل إيه؟ I sleep early و I wake up في وقت الفجر ده و I will do it. I feel instead of taking مثلا 5-6 hours بخلصهم في 2 hours. This is the best timing. Then يعني study 2-3 hours أو 4 hours بعد الفجر and then sleep. Even if you're going to wake up late حتى لو الظهر أو whatever وذاكرنا ساعتين 3 till مثلا till the iftar time، لأنه you will feel excited بقى عشان الفطار، فيبقى عندك 2-3 hours أو 4 hours till إفطار and then من الإفطار طبعا till عشاء we are not going to study. after عشاء بقى you have برضه 3-4 hours لحد مثلا 11 o'clock. بس if you will ask me what's the best هو الوقت after الفجر. وتيك كير رمضان is the best timing to study. يعني don't think negative like the ones who are saying لا رمضان يا جماعة it's not for serious و it's not for TV. والله أنا I didn't open my TV since Ramadan started خالص. It's not the time. لأنه إحنا مش هقول لكم حتى for religion يعني غير إن هو وقت غالي، بس it's not the time. كده everything is going to be repeated later. In summer everything is going to be on watch it والكلام ده watch later. لكن it's not the time now. لا this time is really precious. فيعني it will really help you. والله بجد أنا I'm advising the same advice that I always say to my sisters and to myself. It will really help you. Okay?
Thank
Try
you
to
so
tell
much.
me بقى. ماشي؟
حاضر.
حبيبي يا خلود والله. وانت كمان you give me يعني خلاص أنا I know something new أهو إنه IG اللي هو الانستجرام. Thank you so much. You helped me. Same here. You're most welcome, Monsieur Tala. Mademoiselle Tala, sorry. Last year I used to have a Tala. One of the girls she was Tala وما شاء الله she got an A star. This year she's in the college. وجانا برضو I was having 4 Janas. All of them they said they will not do it. They're not going to get A stars. And this year I have one of them my assistant. Wallahi, because I promised her and if she will get an A star, she told me I will get an A star in one case and you will take me as one of your assistants. فطبعا I did it يعني I told her ماشي لأن عارفة إنها she's not going to get an A star. بس when she got an A star خلاص she didn't study the whole year. She just started in Ramadan. Can you imagine? وما شاء الله she got it. That's why she focused and she did everything I told her. Thank you so much. I'm positive about my exam now. Yes, Yatala, you need to. You have to be positive. You're most welcome, Monsieur Mu'taz. يلا see you إن شاء الله next Friday. Have a great night. Enjoy your weekend. I love you.
شكرا يا
Come back.
حضرتك.
حبيبتي. Thank you.
You always help us. شكرا so much.
حبيبتي. Thank you so much. You're most welcome. My pleasure. Bye bye.